मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लाङ्घायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणम्। नमयों विष्णुपादाय श्रीगौरप्रियमूर्तये श्रीमते भक्तिवल्लभतीर्थगोस्वामिनामिने कृपया क्षमतामपराधिजनं कलुषायुतशक्तसुदीननरं सुपथे परिचालय सर्वदिनं प्रणमामि च माधवदेवपदम्। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ग्रंथेरारंभे करि मंगलाचरण गुरु वैष्णव भगवान तीनेरस्मरणे हय विघ्न विनाशन अनायासे हय निज वांछित पूरण। Today is a special day, very auspicious day. Today is the swing festival, swing made out of flowers, Krishna's Phool Dol. So it is the swing festival of Krishna, and also Salila Vihar, water sports, and various plays in the water of Sri Krishna. Today is also the festival on the occasion of Nrsingadeva's appearance yesterday, and also Lord Buddha's appearance today. Today is also the disappearance of the principal associate of Nityananda Prabhu, Sri Parameshwari Das, and appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's one of the principal associates, Sri Srinivas Acharya. So we will hear some transcendental pastimes of Sri Srinivas Acharya today. Srinivas Acharya is one among the associates, principal associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. His father was a great devotee of Mahaprabhu, and when he came to know that Mahaprabhu is about to take sannyas, he would cry loudly, "Ha Chaitanya, Ha Chaitanya, Ha Chaitanya." He was crying in separation of Mahaprabhu, because now he would perform pastimes away from Gauda Bhumi, and also the devotees cannot see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in sannyasi vesh, in the form of a sannyasi. So he was Gangadhar Bhattacharya. his father, because he was constantly weeping for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, saying Ha Chaitanya, Ha Chaitanya, his name became Chaitanya Das. All the devotees called him as Chaitanya Das, his father. And Gangadhar Bhattacharya or Chaitanya Das, his wife is Lakshmi Priya. Both of them were very, very devoted to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. One day, Gangadhar Bhattacharya or Chaitanya Das, he had got a desire. Devotees have no desire. But one time he got a desire in his heart. The desire is to get a son. He expressed his desire to Lakshmi Priya, his wife. Lakshmi Priya immediately told, you should go to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and ask his blessings. So, immediately, because Chaitanya Das has desire anything other than Mahaprabhu, it is, totally astonishing. So, he went along with his wife to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who was in Nilachal Dham. On the way, he stopped by at a place called Jajigram. Jajigram is the maternal grandfather's house of Srinivas Acharya, or Lakshmi Priya's father was staying there. So on the way, they stayed at Jajigram, and then from there they went to Nilachal Dham, Puri Dham, to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Das offered obeisances to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. As soon as he offered obeisances, Mahaprabhu told, Chaitanya Das, your desire will be fulfilled. Your wish will be fulfilled. He did not tell anything to Mahaprabhu yet. But even before that, Mahaprabhu told that your desire will be fulfilled. Because Antaryami, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, knows the heart of all the devotees, of all the living entities. And Chaitanya Das is an ardent devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But the other devotees who were surrounding Mahaprabhu, they told, what is this? He didn't tell what his wish is. Mahaprabhu is already telling that your desire will be fulfilled. They asked, what is his desire? And what is it it's going to be fulfilled? Please tell. Then Mahaprabhu told, Hanai samaye Prabhu Govinde dakiya kahe gabhir de bhavavishta hoiya. So at that time he called Govinda, because all the devotees are asking through Govinda, what is the desire of Chaitanya Das that Mahaprabhu said that will be fulfilled? What is it? He called for Govinda and he told, Putrer kamana kari aila Brahman, Srinivas name tar hoibe nandan. Mahaprabhu told, this Brahmana has come with a desire to have a son. He will get a son and his name will be Srinivas. Mahaprabhu gave the name even before the birth. He told he will have a son, his son will be named Srinivas. Shri Rupadi dware Bhakti Shastra Prakashivo, Srinivasa dware Grantha Ratna Vitarivo. Through Rupa Goswami, I shall write the scriptures, devotional scriptures. Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, they have written, all the Goswamis, they have written so many scriptures. Mahaprabhu is telling, through Rupa Goswami and others, I will get all the Bhakti Shastras printed. And through Srinivas, I will let these words spread around. Srinivasa will be the preacher of the Bhakti Shastras, whereas Rupa Goswami and others, they will be the authors of the Bhakti Shastras. More Shuddha Premera Swarupa Srinivas, Tare Dekhi Sarva Chitte Badilo Ullas. And Srinivas is going to be my Swarupa of Shuddha Prem, embodiment of pure loving service. Srinivas will be an embodiment of pure love. And by seeing him, everyone will be pleased. Everyone will become blissful just by his sight. Even before the birth of Srinivas Acharya, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told us that his name will be this, his duty is this, and everyone will be pleased by him. Appropriate time has come. Lakshmi Priya gave birth to a beautiful boy, and as per Mahaprabhu's desire or as per Mahaprabhu's name, it was given Srinivas. He was named Srinivas, and right from his childhood, he was constantly grown up in the discussions of Krishna Katha, because always his mother and father, they were devoted to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Radha Krishna. So he would constantly hear about the glories of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu right from his childhood. With time, all his, the what he call sanskaras, various rituals, they started happening, like Annaprashan, the first food ceremony to the child, naming ceremony, then head shaving ceremony, and then thread ceremony. All these ceremonies happened in due course of time, and Srinivas Acharya, got a very, very special mercy of the devotees of Srikhanda. Govinda Ghosh, Narhari Sarkar Thakur, Raghunandan Thakur, all these devotees have blessed Srinivas Acharya profusely, because Srikhanda is not very far away from the place of his birth. So all these great acharyas, these great devotees of Mahaprabhu, they were specially very, very affectionate to this child Srinivas. And he learned grammar, poetry, and other, rhythms, rhymes, etc. of the scriptures from Sri Dhananjay Vidyavacha. Again, his mother brought him to Jajigram, where that is her father's house, that is her maternal house. So she brought Srinivas Acharya, and then he was brought up there in his maternal house only, Srinivas Acharya. And from Narhari Sarkar Thakur, he heard of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He heard from his parents also, but from Narhari Sarkar also he heard. And then his desire to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had intensified. Therefore, he took his mother's permission. I want to go to Nilachal Dham and see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he was heading towards Nilachal Dham. On the way, he comes to know that Mahaprabhu has completed his pastimes in this material world and he disappeared. Much to the distress of Srinivas Acharya. He was very, very, deeply tormented from within upon the news, and he wanted to finish his life. This life is useless. Why shall I live without darshan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? In this manner, he was, he was wanting to kill himself. But after he came to Nilachal Dham, he came in contact with Gadadhar Pandit Goswami, and he was, delighted upon the darshan of Gadadhar Pandit Goswami and hearing about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he also met Rai Ramananda Prabhu, Paramananda Puri, Shiki Maiti, Sarvabhauma Pandit, Vakreshwar Pandit, Govinda, Shankar, Gopinath Acharya, all these prominent associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu he met, and then slowly he regained his life. Okay, these persons are living, therefore, in their company I shall hear more about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Thinking like this, he again, got some hope to live. He stayed there in Nilachal Dham for a few days, and he heard Srimad Bhagavatam from Gadadhar Pandit Goswami. Gadadhar Pandit Goswami had got a very beautiful, what do you call, tone. He would sing the slokas of Srimad Bhagavat so nicely. So he heard Srimad Bhagavat from Gadadhar Pandit Goswami, and from there he was heading back towards Gauda Bhumi to Bengal. At that time he heard that Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita Acharya disappeared from this world.
I think he already heard the Nilachan
Mahaprabhu. At that time Mahaprabhu disappeared. Now Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita Acharya disappeared when he is coming back from Nilachal to Bengal. Again he was immersed in deep pangs of separation from Nityananda and Advaita Acharya. He became totally maddened in separation of Nityananda and Advaita, and at that time he met Vamshi Vadanananda Thakur and Srimati Vishnu Priya Devi, and by getting their darshan, getting their mercy, again he regained his life. So Srinivas Acharya's life particularly we will see, he was repeatedly put in the grief of separation. Now he will go to Vrindavan. He will hear that Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami demised. He goes there to meet Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, but while on his way there, they disappeared. Then he meets Raghunath Das Goswami and all those other persons, and then he is satisfied. Okay, there is some hope for life. In this manner, every time he was facing this obstacle of, not being able to meet the great Vaishnava Acharyas who were present at the time of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When he came to Vrindavan Dham, he studied under Sri Jiva Goswami. Jiva Goswami was speaking about the Bhagavat Tattva, the doctrines of Bhagavat, because he was an established Acharya at that time, particularly after the disappearance of Rupa and Sanatana. Jiva Goswami became the Acharya of Vishwa Vaishnava Raj Sabha, of all the Vaishnavas around the globe, particularly of Mathura, of Odisha, of Bengal and Bihar. Of these places, whoever prominent Vaishnavas were there, they were led by Sri Jiva Goswami Prabhu. So he studied Srimad Bhagavat and other scriptures under Sri Jiva Goswami Prabhu. At that time, two more students also joined, Dukhi Krishnadas and Narottam. Narottam, Srinivas and Dukhi Krishnadas, these three became the students of Sri Jiva Goswami. And Jiva Goswami Prabhu gave them title. He gave title Acharya to Srinivas. He gave the title Thakur to Narottam. And he gave the name Shyamananda to Dukhi Krishnadas. So Narottam, Srinivas, Shyamananda, these three are the students of Sri Jiva Goswami Prabhu. After they studied Srimad Bhagavat and other literatures of the Goswamis from Jiva Goswami, Jiva Goswami told, now this literature of Goswami needs to be taken to Gauda Bhumi, to Bengal. It should be spread there. These three, Narottam, Srinivas and Shyamananda, these three were bringing the scriptures of the Goswamis. Narottam Das Thakur's guru, Lochan Das Thakur, Loknath Goswami. Loknath Goswami ordered Narottam Das Thakur that he should preach in the place where he has taken birth, northeast. You should preach there. And Shyamananda Prabhu, his guru, ordered him that you should preach in Odisha. Therefore, all the three were coming together with the scriptures of the Goswamis from Vrindavan Dham. They had put these scriptures of the Goswamis in a big box, a trunk, very big box, and they were bringing. And they were traveling for a long time. Those days they used to travel by ox cart or bullock cart. They used to travel by that. So they were bringing this big trunk of all the scriptures of the Goswamis, not like these small books, thin paper. They used to write in Talapatra. They used to write on the leaves, and you know how much volume they occupy. They were bringing in a big trunk. So they crossed most of the difficult area, and he came to Vanavishnupur. Vanavishnupur is the part of Bengal, and some Hindu rulers are taking care of that place. There are some Hindu kings ruling that place. Therefore, these three thought that okay, now we have come to the Hindu kingdom. So far they were traveling through the Muslim kingdom. Therefore, there is some risk of the scriptures getting lost. So they thought, okay, now we have come to the place of Hindu king. Therefore, we are safe. So there, at that night, they stayed, they slept, they took rest, thinking that we are safe. But at that place, Vanavishnupur, there was a king by the name Virhambir, King Virhambir. He had some, tendency of, stealing property in the night. In the day, he was a listener of Srimad Bhagavatam. He would listen Srimad Bhagavat during the day, and in the night, through some dacoits, he would get, property stolen and all these things. So he had an astrologer. His astrologer, he had done some calculations, and after calculating, he told from the north, a lot of property is coming. A lot of property is coming. If you steal it, you will become very, very rich. Now, thieves will also have their own consultants, right? So he has his consultant, this astrologer. So he can steal. So immediately he made a ploy that he employed someone that you should go and, by hook or crook, you should bring that property that is coming from north. Now these three guys, they were assured that we have come to a Hindu kingdom, therefore we are safe, our scriptures are safe, we can have good rest at least tonight. They slept nicely, peacefully. And those who are dacoits, those who were, given the responsibility to steal the property, they were worshipping Bhadrakali, so that they become successful in their robbery. They also do worship. So they become successful in their robbery, they were worshipping Bhadrakali. And after worship is complete, they came and saw that all three were sleeping. They say, oh, Bhadrakali is very merciful. We would have to kill them without any sin. Very easily we can take this trunk or this big box. They had stolen the big box. The next day morning, the three, Srinivas Acharya, Narottam Das Thakur and Shyamananda Prabhu, they woke up and saw trunk is missing. Jiva Goswami has given the responsibility of spreading the Goswami's literature in Bengal, and even before it was spread, it is stolen. Now, there is no need to tell how much of pain they were feeling, all the three of them. They thought that it is better we finish our life here, because we were not able to fulfill the desire of our Guru, of our Master. But then Srinivas Acharya told, don't worry, I will stay here This is the place where the scriptures are stolen. I shall stay here till they are rescued. Narottam, your Gurudev ordered that you should go to north, east and then preach. You go there. And Shamananda Prabhu, you were ordered that you should go to Odisha and preach. So go and preach there. I shall remain here and I shall rescue the literature. He stayed there and then he was trying to find where the books are kept. And from the local people there, he heard that the king has this very good habit of stealing in the night. So he thought that, okay, maybe it's not sure that he has done it. He has the habit, but he has stolen. There is no guarantee. So Shyamananda Prabhu told that, Srinivas Acharya told, I will stay here and I will rescue the books. Both of you go. So, as I said earlier, Birhambir king, he had this, very nice habit of listening Srimad Bhagavatam during the day. And he was listening Harikatha, Srimad Bhagavat from one devotee. At that time, Srinivas Acharya, he was also there in that assembly, and then he objected that the commentary is like this. Then Birhambir immediately thought, oh, Srinivas Acharya is a very learned person in Srimad Bhagavatam. Why don't I hear Srimad Bhagavatam from him? So he invited Srinivas Acharya, please come and stay in my, palace. You will be given a room and every day, please speak Srimad Bhagavat to me. For which he agreed because that is his mission. He wanted to somehow, get his books. He wanted to see if, Birhambir has got those books with him. So every day Srinivas Acharya would speak Harikatha, Srimad Bhagavat, and then he would listen. And his heart got slowly transformed. And he was hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, but he was also stealing in the night because he was not hearing from proper source. Simply by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, one will get benefit, there is no guarantee. Srimad Bhagavat has to be heard from a proper source. Then there will be the vibrations in the heart, there will be purification in the heart. So, after he heard Srimad Bhagavat from Srinivas Acharya, one day Birhambir saw that Srinivas Acharya was very, very sorrowful, in great grief. He was sitting alone in his room and he was weeping. Birhambir thought maybe some offense might have got committed or maybe some, shortage of, hospitality. Probably, he was not served properly, some, disturbance because of which he is weeping. So he went and approached, my dear Gurudev, any mistake has happened in our service, please let us know. Then Srinivas Acharya told the entire episode that we had been bringing this big trunk of, books of Goswamis and we lost them. Somebody has stolen it and we are aggrieved by this. As soon as he heard this, Birhambir fell at the feet of Srinivas Acharya and he told that, my dear Gurudev, just see if this is the trunk you are asking for, searching for. Srinivas Acharya became greatly pleased by seeing the trunk recovered and the books intact. Because after Birhambir got the trunk of books, he opened and he saw there is no money, there are no valuable jewels, there are no precious gems inside. His astrologer told that there is precious wealth is coming. He only saw some talpatras or leaves on which scriptures are written. So he asked the astrologer, why your calculations have gone wrong? Just see again. He saw how many other times he calculates. Every time he says that no, there is precious wealth, there is precious wealth. He didn't understand and then he kept the trunk inside. When Srinivas Acharya saw that, he was immediately relieved from the pain. And then, he immediately gives this news to Jiva Goswami, to Shyamananda Prabhu and also Narottam Thakur, much to their satisfaction. And now Birhambir, along with his associates, submit to Srinivas Acharya and become his disciple. In this manner, King Birhambir was rescued and converted into a devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. After that, King Birhambir would repeatedly serve Srinivas Acharya, and he got so many service opportunities, Srinivas Acharya. After this episode, Srinivas Acharya comes back to Jajigram. He stays there, and all the devotees of the Jajigram, they were greatly satisfied to see Srinivas Acharya. Wherever Srinivas Acharya went, there the devotees would immediately get satisfied. So he went there and he gave bliss to all the inmates of Jajigram, and he started preaching Krishna Nam and Krishna Katha to everyone. And after he came there, his mother told, "My dear son, now you have to get married. Enough, you have to get married." Then he went to Narahari Sarkar Thakur in Srikhanda. Narahari Sarkar Thakur told that it is your mother's desire that you should get married, therefore you should get married. So upon receiving the order of Narahari Sarkar, and also mother, seeing his mother's desire, he finally got married, and her name is Srimati Ishwari Devi. He married her, and he stayed at that place, Jajigram, and preaching. One day, one person from Srikhanda, his name is Ramachandra. Ramachandra was, in his wedding ceremony was going on. Ramachandra was sitting in a, palanquin. He was sitting in a palanquin, and there are 4 carriers taking the palanquin. So many music in India, you have seen the wedding, music, dance, all these things were going on. And he passed by this Jajigram, where Srinivas Acharya was sitting beneath a tree, and he was speaking Bhagavat. As soon as he saw, previous days they used to, when they see Mahatmas, the devotees, they would come and offer obeisances. So he got down the palanquin and he came to Srinivas Acharya, offered obeisances, and he heard Srimad Bhagavat from him. And when he heard Srimad Bhagavat, got darshan of Srinivas Acharya, his desire to get married is finished. He was about on his way to get married. And on the way he offered obeisances. And Srinivas Acharya, although he is married, he told the, futility of marriage, spending time uselessly for material things, and how one has to engage fully in the service of Supreme Lord. By hearing all this, he gave up his desire and he stayed there as a servant of Srinivas Acharya. Later, Ramachandra, when he went to Vrindavan and he studied under Jiva Goswami gave him also the title Kaviraj, Ramachandra Kaviraj. So Ramachandra Kaviraj, in this manner, he has become a disciple of Srinivas Acharya, whose association Narottam Das Thakur is also praying. Daya karo Shri Acharya, Shri Prabhu Srinivas, Ramachandra Sangha Mange Narottam Das. Narottam Das and Srinivas Acharya, they are like, they were same students of, Jiva Goswami. And Ramachandra Kaviraj is his junior. But still, the affection or the bonding that Narottam Das Thakur had towards Ramachandra Kaviraj was so strong that he was telling that I aspire for the association of Ramachandra Kaviraj, who is a disciple of Srinivas Acharya. So this is the, one of the prominent disciples of Srinivas Acharya. And also Srinivas Acharya was, he was by the order of Lokanath Goswami, etc. He came to attend the Narottam Das Thakur's festival in Kheturi, where he met Srimati Jannava Devi. He got the blessings of Jannava Devi and participated in that particular event. And also he participated in the separation festival of Raghunandan Thakur in Srikhand. In Srikhand, where Raghunandan Thakur, his deity, Gopinath deity is there. Half laddu, half eaten laddu is there. That deity he served. So that Raghunandan Thakur's disappearance festival was celebrated by also Srinivas Acharya. In this manner, Srinivas Acharya saw so many Vaishnavas disappear from this world, and he was repeatedly put into so much separation, grief. And after some time, again he came back to Jajigram. He was staying there, and by the desire of his mother, again he got married. He was married second time, because it is the desire of his mother, therefore he got married again. So here our Gurudev writes that don't think that the devotees' marriage or devotees' actions are also like that of karmakandis or karmis. Their actions are beyond that. We cannot imitate their actions. We should not imitate them. We should try to follow the instructions given by them. It is to fulfill the desire of his mother and fulfill the desire of the acharyas, he got married. So today is the appearance anniversary of Sri Srinivas Acharya Prabhu. Also the disappearance of Sri Parameshwari Das Thakur. Parameshwari Das Thakur, he brought the dead jackal alive. Very, very special characteristic he has got. Parameshwari Das Thakur is an associate of Nityananda Prabhu, one of the members of, Balram's family, Gopasakha, the cowherd boys. Arjun Sakha became Parameshwari Thakur or Parameshwari Das Thakur. And he performed very uncommon activities. One of which is in Kamalakar Pipalai's house, Nam Sankirtan was going on, and Parameshwari Das Thakur was participating in that Nam Sankirtan. He was dancing in ecstasy, he was singing loudly, and all the members who joined there, all of them were in great bliss. They were chanting the Lord's name very, very loudly. By seeing this, all the atheistic persons, they became very disturbed. They thought, oh, these guys are always chanting Krishna's name, no break. These are mad people, so we should somehow insult them. So in order to insult those devotees who are performing Sankirtan there, one of the atheists, he had thrown a dead jackal in the place where Sankirtan was going on. Parameshwar Das was not disturbed. He was still performing the Sankirtan in ecstasy. He was dancing in ecstasy. And due to that spiritual vibrations, the jackal came back to life, and he also started dancing in the Sankirtan. Started dancing in Kirtan, and he left the place very blissfully. All the devotees saw, and they were astonished to witness this. And not only that, the atheists who wanted to insult Parameshwari Das Thakur and the group, they themselves got insulted by this. And the glory of the devotees spread even further. The glories of Krishna Nam have spread even further. So today is also the disappearance of Sri Parameshwaridas Thakur. So I pray at the lotus feet of most revered Srila Gurudev, who is not different from Srila Srinivas Acharya and Parameshwaridas Thakur. May he bless me so that I engage my time, my energy, my senses and everything in his service birth after birth. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan पंचतत्वात्मक श्री गौर हरि की जय। परमाराधितम पतित पावन स्तोत्र सत्य श्री श्रीमद भक्ति वल्लभ तीर्थ गोस्वामी श्री गुरु महाराज की जय। नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट होम विष्णुपाद प्रवंश स्तोत्र सत्य श्री श्रीमद भक्ति दयित माधव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। जगत गुरु श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की जय। श्री श्री रूपानुग गुरु वर्ग की जय। श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ षड गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि श्री गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। सपरिकर श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन श्री श्री राधा गोविंद श्री श्री राधा गोपीनाथ ज्यो की जय। जय श्री कृष्णेर सलिल विहार एवं फूल दोल की जय। जय श्री भगवान बुद्ध देवेर शुभ आविर्भाव तिथि पूजा की जय। जय श्री परमेश्वरीदास ठाकुर प्रभु तिरुभाव तिथि पूजा की जय। जय श्री श्रीनिवास आचार्य प्रभु शुभ आविर्भाव तिथि पूजा की जय। समागत हरि कथा श्रवणकारी भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री हरिनाम प्रभु की जय। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल।